Heyo, it's me, JoJo again. This one is a different entry. So, yeah, in the background there's a freaking hand that keeps making noise from Halloween. Because I'm making this entry sometime around Halloween somewhere. So this one's going to be entitled Loss. I had one episode recorded called Happiness that I'm working on putting out, but I need to edit it still. Happiness was weird, but this one is Loss. So recently, I met someone, and things are going great, but because of my own disposition on things and my own viewpoints that I've been working on changing the things about myself. Anyway, some reason or another, it ended. I suffered another loss because of my incompetence, my incapabilities, my inability to adapt to situations, to strive forward to make a change. I don't know. Loss is hard. But and here's the but. This is first time I've felt this level of loss that I'm not worried. Not worried about myself this time. I'm not worried about what the loss is going to do to me. I'm glad I've grown a bit, thankfully. That I've grown enough to be able to face this loss. I recently recovered from a terrible loss, and I'm recovering from yet another terrible loss. But it's recoverable. You can recover. So I don't know. Anyone that is working on a loss that they've taken, and I don't know. Handling losses are weird. Handling losses is hard. Losing something at all in general, it sucks. It takes its toll on your mind, your heart, your body physically, which is weird, like how something mental can affect you physically. But you gotta strive forward, regardless of what the loss it makes, whether it's a little loss or a big loss. Like recently, even the small losses have bothered me and put me on edge, and it's something that is hard. It's hard to face, but facing it nonetheless is what makes us human. Like, we all face losses. Even people you don't think about facing losses face losses. The people that look perfect, they deal with losses just the same as people who don't look perfect, who show their struggles. Everyone faces them, and recovering from them is one of the hardest things possible. But you gotta strive forward and just continue looking forward. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know even what I'm trying to say. I felt like recording an impromptu. Like, I didn't write anything. Like, wrote nothing. I'm just going off the cuff, which I think I did for Happiness as well, which is weird because I'm going off of two different ends of the spectrum within like a day or two of each other. It's weird facing such a big loss and still being able to find happiness in it. Because yeah, something ended, but it just means there's more possibilities now, right? Right? That's what I'm telling myself, at least. One door opens, another door closes. It's not always the case. Sometimes you'll be staring at a wall filled with doors. All of them are going to be closed. You got to take that effort to try every single one of them, because the majority of them might be locked. The door you're looking for may not be opened at all. It probably won't be, because most of the time in life, if something comes easy, it may not always be the best bet. It's not just the easy road isn't always the best road. So even if there's a door open, you might want to check the other doors, see what else is out there. I'm not saying don't take the opportunity when it comes. If a door opens, go for it. But just because you don't see any doors open doesn't mean you should give up. It means you gotta get up, pat yourself off, wipe the dirt off, wipe the sweat off your brow, get back up, stand up, ready to face the day, grab the handle of that door, and it may be locked. Don't try to force it. Do not try to force that door open. But don't give up after it either. If it's not meant to be opened, it's not going to open. You can't continue forcing something that's not meant to be. So try the next one. Reach for that door, grab that doorknob, twist it. It may be locked too. Maybe the first 99 you try, maybe the first 100, 400, 500 you try, maybe they're all locked. But hey, they're not all locked. Maybe I'm just trying to be too hopelessly optimistic, but as I've talked about previously, it's better to be optimistic. It is so much better, because like right now I'm trapping myself into this hopelessly optimistic viewpoint, and it's much better. I'm kind of happy. I'm riding a hysterical high right now, because I'd rather be happy in this moment than be sad. You gotta keep going for those doors. Maybe you're trying for several years and no door seems to open, but because you didn't force those other doors, go back. Maybe it's been a few years. Knock on that door. Maybe the door is locked. Maybe all of them are locked. Maybe we're going about this all wrong. Maybe you're not supposed to try to break down the door. Maybe you're not supposed to try to just open the door uninvited. Maybe you gotta knock. Knock on some of those doors that were locked in the past. Knock on the doors in the future. If things aren't working, try a different method. Don't just try to break in through the window. Don't just try to do that. Maybe the issue is yourself. Maybe it is your perspective. Maybe they weren't doors at all. Maybe you're just grasping at drywall because you couldn't see what was a door and what wasn't a door. Maybe we're all just stuck like that. But you gotta grab it. The future's yours. Your future is yours. My future's mine. And just because my doors are locked, maybe because one slams front of me. I tried in the past of where a door closed, it was closing, and I grabbed it and closed it. But I wasn't ready for it to close, and so I started banging on that door. I started trying to tear that door down. And instead, that opportunity, they just kept barricading more and more on the other side, and I didn't understand why. Didn't understand why me forcing the door to try to open one that was open to me just a moment ago, why forcing it isn't working. But sometimes you gotta let the door close. If it's meant to close, it's meant to close. Yeah, you can question all you want. And sometimes you're going to wonder why? Why me? Why is this all happening to me? Why am I such a failure? Why does life hate me so much? But maybe you're just thinking about it wrong. Maybe that perspective is what is inherently flawed about us. Who knows? I don't. I honestly have no idea. I'm literally just babbling on to myself in this dark, cold room. But I see a wall full of doors in front of me, and even though one just closed, I'm not gonna bang on that door. I'm not even gonna knock on it. I say my goodbyes. I turn around, take a few more steps back so I can see all the other doors. See if I can see one that's open. Right now, I don't see any doors open. But I also don't know if they're locked. I don't know what's behind those doors. I have no idea. I can't even see through them. They're all solid oak. I just know that they're out there. I don't know what the opportunities are, but I know this loss is not going to be what defines me. The loss isn't. So don't let it. I feel like a lot of people let it define them. Maybe that's just me projecting onto others. I know... Okay, so let me take that statement back. I feel that way. That... I don't even remember what I just said. I've let loss define me in the past. Yeah, and that was me doing a terrible jump cut because I had to look back at the audio of what I just said because my memory's terrible when going over like serious things like this. But loss has defined me in the past. But this loss is not going to define me. I'm gonna let it go. The door closes. All right, take a step back from that wall. It's not the loss that just happened that defines me. It's my urge to push forward. Because I'm going to push forward. I'm not going to be as aggressive as I was. I'm going to take a more gentler approach. I want to learn more and read more and find out more. So thank you, everyone and anyone who listens to this. I don't know how I ended the last one, but tally ho and goodbye.